As you can see, our next presenter is Masha Levene. Masha has been a digital artist for over 5 years, and she finds it is a challenge to convince galleries, art collectors, and much of the world that yes, digital art is as valid an art form as traditional art is. Masha's digital artwork has been featured in a festival of pocket art, that is iPhone art. Also, one of her pieces was selected as the cover for the 40th anniversary for the National Arts Centre of Canada's magazine called The Prelude. And coming up this spring, Masha's going to be featured on the Art History Channel on a program called 21st Century Artists. Welcome, Masha.
Started early for me. So good evening. I'm Masha Levene, and I am a digital artist. I like to use this as an introduction for myself, as I find it's a great way to start a conversation. What exactly is a digital artist? Well, to put it simply, that's a digital painting. Having painted it makes me a digital artist of sorts. I'll start by getting some common questions out of the way, such as, no, that's not a Photoshop photo. I don't sketch and then scan in. Everything starts with a blank canvas, and yes, I have to choose the colors myself. And finally, no, it does not auto-correct my mistakes. I've actually had that asked. In simple form, digital art is hardly different from its traditional sister. There are certainly a few enhances, and for some of you, a few limitations depending on your medium. I first picked up digital painting when I was 14, when my brother introduced me to a little program called Art Rage. I've put together a quick walkthrough through my painting progress. As you can see, I have a reference photo pinned to the right and a quick markup in pencil done for composition. First ones went out 20 seconds each. Quick sketch done, and some features are added. We're about 5 minutes into the painting progress. This is actually the part where I spent another half hour deciding which medium I should paint in. Should I use oils? Maybe some watercolors? How about a nice pastel? Airbrush? After hundreds of trials testing each possible medium, I finally settled with the pencil. I've also changed the canvas colors, as you can see. Normally I would paint it in, but a quick fill in the canvas setting was good enough for this one. I start coloring her in and work exactly as one would with a sheet of paper, stroke by stroke. For the broader strokes on her shoulders and necklace, I increase the tilt angle in the pencil in its settings. And in the finished painting, I just added a little bit of pen to give a little more contrast. I like to leave the pencil markings in, as I think it gives the painting a nice raw feel and gives it a little more natural look. After 2 years with Art Rage, I realized that I would never go back to the traditional mode of painting. I invested in a Fujitsu Life Book T-Series and a tablet PC. A year after that, my brother and I split costs on a Wacom Cintiq. This is my studio setup. It's also my room, and it's very normal to see me painting on my bed. A view with the tablet in its painting mode. Off to the corner is my little iPod Touch. I like to use it as a sketchbook and take it everywhere with me, though it does not have pressure sensitivity like my other screen, and it's a huge setback. I wanted to throw in another shot of the program because it is the most important part of my artwork. I've tried other programs such as Corel Draw, which is very popular, but none of them allow you to pick up the stylus and draw as naturally as Art Rage does. Nor do they have as many powerful features as in the latest version where they put out watercolor. Done right, it's nearly indistinguishable from the real thing. Though you do have to play with it a bit. It's still early. Not to mention, Art Rage also comes loaded with stamps, glitters, stickers, and stencils for maximum fun. I use stencils for my texture effects if I can't find the right canvas for me. And it's the only program to have real color blending. Blue and red, they'll mix into purple. So now that I've sold you all on the program, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a side story. It's a side of the story I rarely acknowledge the existence of, but it plays a powerful part in my decision to go digital. It was a real decision whether to throw it in or not, but when I was 16, my father walked out on us, left my older brother, then 18, myself, my mother, who only speaks Russian, and 3 younger siblings, ages 8 to 12. I had to leave school, get a full-time job, and take over the raising of the kids. My art was left to gather dust. It was a sudden change from being able to lock myself up in my room and spend the day drawing to scraping enough time for sleep. For almost a year, I didn't touch brushes or pencils. There was no budget for supplies. But what I did have was my computer, and I had outrage. Thankfully, the story has a bright side, and I've been able to produce more paintings after the switch. Paintings, if you allow me to say, that are gallery-worthy. My average painting takes about 2 hours to complete, and is usually done in one sitting. I've been painting now for over 5 years. I've never been crippled by the lack of colors or space. I can paint or sketch in any style or medium, and I'm never afraid to explore because a terrible painting is never a waste of painting, just one that gets deleted. The only limits I can ever reach are those of my imagination. My name is Masha Levene, and I'm a digital artist, and I thank you for listening. On a side note, all the paintings you've seen are available as prints. I take commissions, give art lessons, and I'm looking for a job right now.